Here it is.
Okay.
With the news, I thought you were kidding. You're always joking all the time. You kept breathing but stopped living. Held it like poison.
This is one of the first songs that I've ever written about someone else's life. Yeah, I wrote this about my best friend who lost her mom 6 years ago. And it's basically just about, like, my best friend kind of, like, lost herself, and she's just, like, there's so many emotions that I feel like she hasn't dealt with, so this song is for her. And almost just like to tell her to live like her mom is still here, and like she made it to 48 and she still made her birthday cake like the next month.
Want you to live like the world's on fire. Want you to love like hearts don't break. Never look down when you walk the wire, like she made it. She made it.
To go here every day because we were working on our house, which was right down the street, so I could get snacks and waters for all my dad's friends. I mean, we used to drive tractors up and down the street.
Never look down when you walk the wire, like she made it to 40, so make your birthday cake.
I already memorized the strings. That sounds so good. I wonder if Kaylee's gonna realize that, like, I told her that I was re-recording it, but I didn't tell her about violins in it at all. So this will be her first reaction. I'm excited. We're about to go pick her up. I moved here in 2nd grade, and like I was only really here for a little bit, but like this is like the longest I've ever stayed in a place. I would say from 2nd to 5th were like my like best years, because like I finally felt like I had like an actual home. I lived in a lot of rental properties because like my parents were still saving up and still like trying to like build our dream house. And so we finally built our dream house, and then we sold it 6 months later because I wanted to go to LA. And then I moved, and Kaylee is like the only friend that really stuck by me. So like that's why like I consider her literally family. Where we shot the homesick video, where I'm running up to Kaylee, this is her actual house. I love this house so much. For you, what was it like growing up here on your POV?
I don't know. It's always just been kind of like mellow, nothing crazy. I am a city girl. I like being like in the chaos, but I know that the second I would like move out to a city, I'd want to come back home.
Yeah, I grew up on like the other side of town, so it was also hard to like go to yours all the time.
There's not like, Lewis is such a small town, I feel like.
Yeah.
So if you kind of have to be creative with like how you make your own fun.
We never took the school bus. That's the thing. We never did. They haven't changed anything.
Yeah, because you moved here in 2nd grade, and this is like literally one of the exact places we first met at. And I remember like so vividly how we met. I like walked up to her.
Yeah, we were in the computer room, and I was talking to this other girl, and then Kaylee comes up to me and she's like, "Hi, I'm Kaylee," and I'm like, "Hi," and she was like, "You want to hang out at recess?" And I was like, "Sure."
Like you first came up, and like obviously you didn't have any friends yet.
Yeah.
And so you were just kind of like chilling by yourself. So I like walked up and being like the social butterfly I was.
And then we hung out, and then
best
friends. Since best friends forever.
Oh God.
Oh!
She like went fancy with it. I'm scared.
Jump.
Ah!
You're gonna hurt your ankles.
We're My mom and I were super close when we were growing up. Like, I was a total mama's girl. She was just my biggest supporter. She was my person, you know? We were super close, and she was such a sweet lady. Always, like, cheerful, super happy. And, like, I remember her laugh so vividly because that's, like, one of, like, the main things that you would hear from her. You know, our moms were best friends.
Yeah. Honestly, hard. It was hard kind of, like, being far from her because during this time I was in LA. So, like, there was really nothing I could do except for, like, you know, be on the phone with her and just, like, be there. I remember that call just, like, perfectly. Like, I remember how exactly that went down. Just how I said in the song, like, I thought you were joking. I think it was more, like, just shocked because I, like, didn't want to, like, make myself believe that.
It was just so surreal. Like,
yeah, it didn't feel real, so I was just like, there's no way, you know? And then, like, when I told my mom, because my mom didn't know, my mom was out on the porch when this happened. And then I went out there and I told her. It was almost like she kind of knew. I think
everyone kind of did.
Yeah.
Because she had been battling cancer for the past year. That, like,
I think she just
feeling.
got that gut feeling that, like, something was off that day. I think it was at your guys' house more than I was at mine, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
To my mom, she was her best friend, you know?
Yeah.
So
our families have just always been, like, super close.
That going down, and, like, all I wanted to do was be there, but I also knew it just felt like maybe it might be too much if I went there, you know, like, right away.
It's just hard, too, because, like, we were, like, 10 and 11.
Yeah, so
so
young.
Like, going through something like that is just, like, life-altering. Like, you don't ever expect that. Like,
yeah.
It's just really eye-opening to, like, how life really is. I get, like, in the song, I was telling Dylan that, like, obviously it's more personal to me and my story and my mom's story, but the whole song is just about losing a loved one, a parent, and someone close to you. So I hope someone listening to that song, like, realizes that they're not alone in, like, any way, and that there's people that go through this, like, daily, unfortunately, and that there's always going to be someone there for them and that they can relate to, and that things truly, like, do get better. Like, in that moment, like, obviously it feels like your life's just over. With time, like, things really do start to move forward, and you just got to push through it.
At the end of the day, like, you still need to, like, remember, like, the good times with that person. Like, also little things. Like, a lot of people say, like, I love you to the moon and back. It was their thing. Like, they said it all the time. I tell Kaylee she looks exactly like her mom. Like, she just becomes more and more like her mom, which is a very good compliment because your mom literally had no acne when she was your age and literally looked exactly like you. Jealous. It was more to remind you to, like, not forget about, like, those little things.
Yeah, really just being there for someone is, like, the biggest thing that you could do. And just making sure they're okay. Even if it's been, like, 5 years since the incident happened, just always check in with them. Like, just even if, like, you haven't talked or if they seem fine, just always checking in and making sure that they're okay. She first played me the song, like, about a year?
I think it was like 2 years ago.
A year or two ago. She was like, I have a surprise for you. I had no idea about any of it. And then she just played it for me, and just tears just coming out. But I was sitting in my room. It was like 10 o'clock at night. And she was just like, I have a song to play for you. And I was like, oh gosh. Because she shows me all of her songs before she releases them and, like, or is done recording them. And so I thought it was just going to be like another cute little song. Which it was, but it was just obviously a lot deeper than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.